Welcome to 5 Minutes of Mime, the longest-running podcast dedicated to the performance art of mime. I am your host, S.E. Engerman. I speak for all the staff here at 5 Minutes of Mime, the longest-running podcast dedicated to the performance art of mime, in expressing regrets on the delay of this week's episode. It was time for our yearly fire drill, and let's just say that white makeup is quite flammable, and leave it at that. Sisyphus was the first king of ancient Ephyra who tricked Thanatos and cheated death. With the personification of death in chains, no mortals could die. Wounded soldiers returned from battle, and the sick wasted without end. When death was released, Sisyphus was condemned to spend all eternity rolling a boulder up a hill, a boulder which upon completion of the task would roll back down, and Sisyphus' task would begin again. The 20th century philosopher Albert Camus pondered Sisyphus' absurd fate and considered it an allegory for the human condition. Just as the ancient king is fated to struggle without end, we are set seeking purpose and meaning in a universe that offers none. But if mankind cannot free itself from the search for direction, a search without end, should we, like Sisyphus, continue the task to which we are condemned? And so the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything, the foundation of philosophy, from which all other philosophical questions arise, is do you, the individual, continue? Or as Shakespeare might phrase it, to be or not to be? And so, for tonight's performance, Hamlet's soliloquy from Act 3, Scene 1. Camus concludes ultimately that Sisyphus must be happy. While this view of the universe does provide freedom from the all-knowing, all-seeing, and disregards the possibility of retribution in the afterlife, it does not remove the distinction between license and liberty. The individual is still responsible to oneself, for happiness, for fulfillment, and for harmonization. Thanks to all our guests on tonight's show. If you'd like to learn more, please visit us at 5minutesofmime.com. Join the conversation on our Facebook listeners page, the 5 Minutes of Mime Quiet Storm, and on Twitter at 5 Minutes of Mime. Send your comments to comments at 5minutesofmime.com. Remember to visit the 5 Minutes of Mime store at TeePublic and leave a review for us on iTunes. From the 5 Minutes of Mime team and myself, S.E. Engerman, see you next Thursday. Until next mime, good night.